is that that's when everyone starts listening to us, is when we're talking about how long.
Are we live?
Oh, we are
live
now.
right now?
Yeah, we're talking
Okay.
about it anyway live. Now I just went live and started talking about it, so now it's my fault.
Oh no, it's all good.
Well, technically, it's still just it, right? We haven't fully defined what it is, but we're just talking about
No, I
it.
said something about toilet, I think. I mean, look, we
Uh,
only talk about like 3 things on this channel anyway. It's Star Wars, uh, probably sex, and various acts of, and I don't know what else.
Bathroom etiquette. I don't
Yeah.
know. That's my fault, though. I feel like
Anyway,
I'm-
welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel,
I'm Chris.
and this is our 4th episode, or our 4th live episode of our new Star Wars RPG campaign, Gungans and Dragons, with our campaign written by the brilliant Sean from our Discord server. Which, by the way, is a thing you should check out. All the links to our socials, like Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, all that shit is in the description of the video. You can check that out. And we have fun on Discord every once in a while. Coming up, Ahsoka's on Tuesday.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we'll have a live show on Wednesday at 6 with Battlefront to follow. We'll be talking the shit out of Ahsoka. Because I'm pretty sure it's just gonna keep getting more and more wild. So I'm kind of like trying to brace a little bit.
Kind of has to at this point.
Yeah, it would be nice if they kept the episode lengths at 50 minutes like they did last week. But I'm not.
Let's not get our hopes
Yeah,
up too high.
No, it's like next week will probably be like 15 minutes. But we'll also have like Battlefront throughout the week. And also thank you to our friend Connor at the Star Wars Hub and Star Wars Veritas. He's a cool guy. Go check that shit out. And I am, of course, joined by my co-host
That's me.
and April, Monty, and Richard, and then our Gungan master Sean.
Hello.
And so give us a recap of last week, and let's get we're I think we're going to Nar Shaddaa today. So let's go. Let's get it going.
Yeah, so last week you fought the 4 droids in the Skizik's office.
And we did well, except for the
Yeah.
part where the hut ran off and we just sat around in the dark.
Well, the guy
wait.
that the hut told us to go kill.
Yeah.
You mean what do you mean I didn't do well? I caught the guy before he escaped.
And I think that's where we
Good
ended,
job,
right?
Richard.
I think we picked up a bunch of droids.
Yeah, we dragged the dude in front of Jabba. He said, "Good job. Now here's my permission to join the Great Hunt. Now get your ass to Nar Shaddaa."
Yeah, get out of my face. Someone give me one of those toad things from the jar. Or his hookah with whatever illicit substance is in it.
Right.
So what are we doing today?
So we're gonna pick up Chris, your ship exits out of hyperspace just above Nar Shaddaa. And you get a message telling you that your all of your invitations to the Great Hunt have been accepted due to Jabba's
Influence.
due to the sponsorship.
So they weren't fakes. That's a relief.
I relay this news to the rest of the team.
Nice.
Yay.
It's everything I could have hoped for and more.
Wait, what's the Great Hunt again? I said it.
Uh,
After.
Oh, gotcha.
Good. I'll figure it out myself.
I mean, I could field it, but like,
It's fine. It's fine.
okay.
Do we get like a pamphlet or something about like the details of the Great Hunt?
Is there a website?
So I'd say that you've all heard of the Great Hunt before.
Oh, have I?
I mean, I'd say it's probably pretty common knowledge, at least from like the older ones,
Hmm.
where like kind of like it was sort of how like some Mandalore were chosen. Essentially, these different bounties, these different high level bounties, were like across the galaxy, and like different bounty hunters have to hunt them.
Mhm.
And like they kind of worked up like like it was like kind of like a tier, like you hunted this one, then this one, and then finally this one, and then yeah.
This is the World Championship of Bounty Hunting.
Yeah,
I
pretty
thought
much.
there just for a second you were gonna say the World Championship of Poker. I don't know why I thought you were gonna say that. I got really excited. Sorry, not poker.
Pazak.
Yeah, I was about to say sabak, but that's a few hundred years in the future.
Oh, Sabak doesn't exist in this era?
Well, no, I think Pazak is the thing that everyone plays now.
And I know Pazak was in Pro Tour.
Not that I know what happens in the future. Obviously, I'm only a lowly Jedi, but I have a feeling that Sabak's probably gonna catch on in about, I don't know, 300 or 400 years.
Had a vision of it.
Yeah, a little dream. I dream about card games. That's my special power.
Well, funny you should say that because there's this new game sweeping the galaxy. It's called Gathering of Magic.
Oh no.
Oh,
Wait, that sounds like the words are out of order.
Well, it's by a
for legal reasons.
Yeah, it's legally distinguishable from another thing.
it's by a different sected Force users called Jedi of the Coast.
These guys are Jedi? They have. Is this like a Cones of Dunshire thing?
Actually, no. It's Space Wizards of the Coast. That's it.
All right. So it's a bunch
Space
of Jedi
Wizard
that call themselves Space Wizards. Can we? Where are they based? Can we go? I'm just a little interested about this. Tell me more.
Space Seattle is where they're based.
Yep.
What would be Space Seattle in the Star Wars universe?
I mean,
Camino,
I guess
actually, 'cause
Endor.
Yeah,
rains
it
all the
rains a
time.
lot. Yeah, it rains a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually just based on the other side of Camino.
All right. So is this a game we're playing? What's the deal?
God, I hope not. I don't have enough credits for that shit.
Oh, come on! It only costs like 300 credits to buy a collector booster pack.
Absolutely not.
Hey Genko, can I borrow 300 credits?
Absolutely. What's mine is yours.
Well, okay, so you're not a boomer.
The newest expansion just dropped.
Is it Tuesday already?
Huh? Yes. Yep.
All right, so we're here. We're in the Great Hunt. So now what? What do we do?
So you've been given like a landing permit to like and also a landing pad coordinate.
You can land
Well,
this thing, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
I was just gonna ask if anybody had any reason why we shouldn't just immediately head down there and land.
Okay. So Gungan Master, considering Drolba's history with Nar Shaddaa, can I suggest to them a nice landing area where I will be most likely not known?
That's fine.
Okay. I will be.
Are we going to be
I
met
will-
with like paparazzi?
No, I am going. So Drolba is going to advise to all of you: please do not mention the Shah Khajiitic when you are down there, or generally his name. He says while you're down there, just call him let's
Hold on,
see.
I think we'll pick your nickname.
Call me Ab Lord. Yeah, Ab Lord.
Lord.
Yeah, we'll
No,
work
no,
we'll workshop that a
like
little bit.
like Ab as in the muscle, and then Lord, Ab Lord. And it's not just my name backwards. No.
My character asks you how to pronounce the word you just asked us not to say.
Khajiitic.
Khajiitic?
What?
I explained to you that Khajiitic is like clan for Huts.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All right, noted. I won't mention.
And is my fighter vessel still docked to this ship as well?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool.
Well, I
And so before we land, I'm going to turn off the transponder for that little fighter vessel and yank it out.
Just in
all right,
case.
then I'm gonna calm whoever the authority over Droba's other landing spot is and ask them for permission to land.
Okay. He says, yeah, permission granted, provided you pay the 100 credit docking fee.
Like Drolba should have no problem ponying up in this situation.
Can I do a persuasion check to get the price lowered?
Sure. If you want to run me a charm check. It's just going to be 2.
Oh, is it charm? Oh,
And
okay.
I'm going to say, yep, you should definitely expect this. Or not Nar Shadaa. Everything costs something here.
Also, this is almost sure to fail because I didn't realize it would be charm. Yeah.
Oh
okay.
dear.
I thought maybe it would be like something I'm good like. Actually, now that I think about it, charm makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. So
So what do you say we make it 50 credits?
So he says, so I'll say that even though you failed with a 2 advantage, he says, how about we meet in the middle, make it 75.
Sold. That went way better than I thought it would. You guys can
Then,
thank me later.
Well, worst case scenario, they might have got insulted, accepted your lower offer, and then tried to rob the ship while we were gone.
Yeah, I'm sure this ship has some kind of security feature. Also, I just saved us all 25 credits. I'm just putting that out there.
We
Could buy a
still have
sandwich with that.
those battle droids we were trying to fix up, right?
Just post them as guards. That's all I
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that's probably a good idea to have, like,
Well,
an
three of
actual
them are in
system to
working
protect
order.
the ship.
We could just glue them to the outside for now. I'm gonna go
Yes.
turn them on.
To just make them look real good.
Yeah, like the like those surveillance cameras in like old grocery stores that don't actually work. They're like there for show.
Exactly. They'll be our droid scarecrows.
All right, then I guess I'd take the ship down and land on the platform.
Okay. Yep. So, yep, you land it. I'm not gonna make you do like a landing check or anything. Like
That'd be funny because if you failed it, we'd all die, right?
We all die.
No, you
Uh,
would.
Together with presumably some others, because Nar Shaddaa is very densely populated. But
Also, you're not coming in hot or anything. You're actually following the transponder signal and everything, so it should be
Yeah.
a routine task.
yeah, I'm flying casual.
But not too casual.
Now, if we were being pursued by like fighter craft, then maybe we'd have to do a roll. But
Yeah, if it was like a hot landing, yeah, but like this is just like a common landing. It's probably like opening a door, like only like really like jerk like DMs make players like roll to open a door.
yeah, make them do that for routine tasks.
Yeah, like hey, you're walking, you gotta roll a dexterity check. Like,
Give
really?
me a dexterity check for your brushing the teeth for this morning, please.
Right.
20 steps. Roll 20 dice.
Ah, it's a fail.
You
Your gums are bleeding.
You got up in the morning, make a Constitution saving throw. Whoop! You forgot how to breathe.
Actually, so speaking of lightsabers, real quick, so because it's about the droids, and like because I know you like Bria, you want to sell them, right? Is that still on them? Is that still what you want to do? Or no?
I'm open to discussion about it. I just like if we
I-
want to
I'd
sell
like
them,
to-
we can sell them. If we want to keep them, we can keep them.
Well, maybe we should.
I assume if we keep them, the ones we want to keep, we need to factory reset or however we tell them that hey, we're in charge now.
Yeah, I mean, I think at the very least we should keep the protocol droid and maybe like at least 1 or 2 of the battle droids because defense for the ship and all that.
Is there
Gotcha.
is there something we can throw to kind of like check the condition that they're in?
I mean, they're all kind of like not functional because like they were like shot and
Okay.
Except for
Close
the
in
3 we
half.
turned off.
yeah.
So would
The
that
3
let-
that we turned off on the protocol droid, right? The protocol droid wasn't hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a cool question then. Can Bria and I combine our computer know-how to like mess with them? Or do we have to do that separately?
So I think it's I believe it's if someone like so if they're trying like if Bria helps you or you help Bria, one of you would get a blue die as like an advantage type thing.
Okay, because I like my like I've got a computer's thing that's doing pretty well. So
I believe your skill is higher than mine because you're smarter than I am.
oh well, shit happens, you know.
So I would still provide you with a blue die if you wish to roll.
Well, so how does this work, Sean?
Oh, so specifically, like, are you trying to like put them back together? Then,
Yeah,
or what
let's
do you
say
do?
let's say that I walk up to the nearest droid, and I sit down next to it, and I start fiddling around with it.
Okay, so I'll say you kind of go up to one that just has like that was shot in the chest.
Okay.
You're gonna need to kind of like hotwire it just because like some of the wiring was like fried
Okay.
when it got shot, so you have to like kind of like cross route some stuff. So I'm gonna say it's just gonna be like a computer's check of 2 with
You said two purple.
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Should I have any blue on that, by the way? Like the light blues? I think-
Yes, one blue
Oh,
one blue from where you're
okay.
helping you.
All right. Cool.
Nice. So yeah, you're able to kind of like you kind of know what you're doing. You're able to kind of like
Hell yeah, I do.
tinker around in it, and you get it to start back up.
All right. What does it say when it starts up?
When it starts back up, it immediately starts saying intruder alert.
Oh shit!
This is
Turn it off!
faster.
Turn it off!
Did you turn it off or?
Well, yeah, it said intruder.
Okay,
It
how-
was gonna
do you-
kill me.
You just like do you like just break all, you like yank out all the wires?
No,
How
no,
do you
no,
turn
no. I
it
just
off?
said no, no, no. I just hit the switch. I just hit the switch.
Okay.
I don't do any damage. Just hit the switch.
Okay, yeah, you
So
hit-
how do I okay, so I'm trying to think about how this would pan out in like KOTOR or something. How do I access the part of its programming that identifies friends or foe?
Let me Google that real quick.
Kind of feel like we're making this more complicated than it needs to be when we could just, go down to the market and buy some restraining bolts.
Yeah, isn't that what they're made for?
It literally is.
Yeah, but then we'd have to pay. Like I saved us 25 credits.
It's 35 credits each. Like we're not that broke.
Essentially, you just have to.
Your character's looking around like, how cheap are these Jedi?
I mean, I've got things I need to buy. Okay.
I mean, it's more that if something goes wrong, it's my ship that these droids are going to be blasting holes in. So
Yeah, I turned it off. No one died yet.
yet.
I mean, look, space is dangerous. Everything's trying to kill us.
Chance will give you a side eye and slowly edge his way out of the room.
Here, you can hold my lightsaber if it'll make you feel better.
No, I've got a blaster right here. I'm good.
So to do what you kind of want to do, you're gonna have to like reprogram the droid because you have to like get rid of all its directives and kind of like
Okay.
either see you as an ally or as like just like a neutral party, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And it's gonna kind of be more involved than just like a computers or mechanics check. Like you're gonna
Okay.
have
Well,
to
then
have,
let's just do the restraining bolt thing then. We don't have to
Okay.
make it into a whole thing.
Gotcha.
It is going to stay off though. We're not going to turn it on and just leave it here.
I gotcha. Is the protocol droid on? Or did you guys also shut that off?
So I approached the protocol droid and I turned him on.
Okay, so you turn the protocol droid on, and the protocol droid is like, It's like where am I? Like what am I doing on this ship? Where's Master Skizik?
Master Skizik is no more. I am your master now.
Oh,
Aren't we?
We're your papa.
he's the droid says oh good, Skizik was a monster.
Right? Yeah, he was a dick.
I hope you're all. He says I hope you're all more even-minded.
It depends.
Well, don't worry,
depends on
your
how this
master
goes for
won't
you.
hurt anyone.
Sorry, what
Let's
everyone
drop
say?
the pulse.
So this droid can follow us around, right?
Yeah. Yep.
So do you guys want him? Do you just like kind of become a part of the party? You know, like hang out, party droid.
I
He
mean,
can be a DM NPC.
it seems like this protocol droid might be a liability if it comes down to a fight. So like,
Protocol droid, are
Well,
you?
it's
Do you
not for
have?
fighting.
Do you have any? Do you have any combat programming?
The droid says, "Oh my no, I'm just the normal protocol droid, translator droid, stuff like that."
Do you know how to swing your arms?
So it tries to like swing its arms, but you know how like with 3PO's arms, there's like the bar
Okay.
connecting like
Yeah, chance you
yeah.
might have a point. So why don't you guard the
maybe-
ship then?
Yeah, keep him with the chip.
Actually, that's a good idea because we can have him stand sentinel, and he can call us. Can we leave like a comlink with him? Or droid, do you have a
I assume
comlink?
the ship has radios.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
I
ship
ask
has-
him. I ask him, droid, what is your designation?
to well, it was to help Master Skizik, but I suppose it's to help you to help.
No. Your designation. What are you called?
he's asking what the droid's name is.
The droid says, "Well, Skizik would usually call me piece of crap, piece of tin."
I mean, you usually you have some sort of serial number names, if I recall, for most droids I've interacted with.
What do you want to be called?
Number.
The droid says, "I mean, I never really thought about it."
Well,
I
think
mean-
about it and get back to us.
Well, we need to call him something.
All right, something's good for me.
Is it even a him?
How do you identify, droid?
What are your pronouns?
The droid the droid says that they never really put much thought into it, but they don't really identify either way.
Well, at least he didn't go off about the woke mind virus. So
So you're 2B or not 2B. So how about I just call you 2B?
2B is acceptable.
Nice.
Okay. Well, do you have any piloting capabilities? Just in case something happens and we need you to bring the ship to us?
2B says that they do know how to pilot ships. Like they're not like a
Oh,
master pilot, but like they can fly a ship if need be.
That is good. That is good. Just in case we need sudden aerial support.
So I'm looking over at Chance to gauge his reaction to all this conversation about the droid piloting the ship.
Chance is a little bit uneasy, but he says, oh, tell you what, I have some maintenance I need to do on the engines anyway, and it seems like Drolba might not want to be recognized. How about the two of us stay here, guard the ship, make sure nothing happens, and the rest of you can go reconnoiter the neighborhood.
That would stop
I
anyone
mean-
from robbing the ship.
I mean, I can still come and I am a local expert. It's just at certain times I might need to cover my face and not identify myself as, well, myself.
That's fine too. Just somewhere around when we came into orbit, the port engine picked up a weird shudder, and I want to make sure nothing happens to it.
Give it a little tune up.
Yeah.
All right, so you're a protocol droid. I assume you have a fairly expansive database. What are the nearest points of interest in our location?
You see 2B kind of go silent for a second, like their eyes kind of like power down, and then like a few seconds later the power back up, and they say, "Well, there's a noodle shop across from here. There's also a pawn shop. It was
I'm sorry.
part of a
Did you say a noodle shop?
yes, a noodle shop.
Okay. Okay. So we're gonna go to the noodle shop. What else?
A pawn shop, which was which was had a 20-season documentary about it.
I'm sorry. You said
Oh,
20
Noodles
seasons.
must be good.
Say it again?
You said 20 seasons.
Yup. 20-season documentary.
Jesus.
Oh, only tourists go there.
Would this pawn shop happen to have a proprietor named Hick Rarison?
I believe it did, or it does. Yes.
All right. What else? What else is there?
There's a weapon shop, and there's also a armor shop as well.
Okay. So we're in a strip mall, more or less.
Pretty much, yes.
All right.
The droid also said there is like a bounty office as well, like a bounty broker's office.
Well, that's why we're here.
Yes. So according to the instructions we have, are we supposed to check in at the local like bounty house chapter, or what's the instruction for this actual tournament?
Are you asking the droid, or
Well, no, I assume this is something our characters would have read at this point, right? Like for the sign up.
yeah? So you wouldn't be meeting at the bounty brokers like kind of guild thing, because like there's like different bounty. There's like essentially like there's like bounty brokers like guilds like all over the kind of the planet. Instead you're gonna be meeting at kind of like the main Mandalorian kind of like HQ thing, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So we should head there next.
Well, I mean, what do we need? What are we short on? Because if there's a bunch of shopping, I mean, I assume that a couple of us had to use some stim packs, so we're probably gonna want to replenish those, right? And we want to buy the restraining bolts for the droids.
Yeah, let's go sell our scrap and pick up the restraining bolts. Let's
So
knock that out
the
first.
question is like, what do you guys want to do after the noodle shop? So there's noodles and then what? Restraining bolts?
Yes.
Well, as y'all are heading out, Chance will hand one of you 400 of his 1,000 credits and say, pick me up a toolkit and 2 stim packs, would you?
We got you.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you want a flashlight? I know you wanted a flashlight last
I need to
time.
get a flashlight.
Make that 410 credits then.
All right, we'll get you a flashlight, buddy.
Okay, so do we need anything else before we leave?
Asking me or asking the party?
I'm
sorry?
asking the party. Yeah.
No, I have basically the same needs as Chance to get a toolkit and a flashlight
I need
and a couple of stim packs.
I need
So
to see how many stim packs I have. Only have 2. All right. So where? Okay. So where's the restraining bolts gonna be? Like, what store is that gonna be in?
Restraining bolts you should probably be able to find almost any place they sell electronics, right?
Okay. Yeah. Which would be where?
The droid chimes in and says that there is a droid shop kind of down the way past the Bounty Brokers Association.
Can I use my knowledge of Nar Shaddaa and the Outer Rim to suggest a reliable place?
Sure.
Do I have any blue dice for this since I'm a local to this area?
I mean, like you said you're a local, right? Like,
yeah.
I'm not gonna make you roll it. You just kind of like, because you
I
kind
just
of know,
know.
yeah, like Nar Shaddaa like the back of your hand, right? Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not gonna make you roll for it.
Okay. Yeah. I basically say, Well, I know exactly the place to bring you to. Old Drillbows. He's a good guy for a hut. Abs are coated in butter, but still gives a good deal.
He's not going to be unhappy to see you, is he?
No, no, no. He wasn't part of my Kajidik. He's actually he's without an official family and kind of operating on his own.
He's forgotten about all that by now, I'm sure. So is that closer? So how close is that to us in comparison to?
Oh, it's not too far away.
Okay.
We'll be able to get there in let's say half an hour.
All right, so you guys want to head over there then?
Yes.
All right.
Let
and
us be off.
Yeah, and I'll well, first of all, how many retaining bolts do we need?
4.
Well, right.
We need 4 of them.
Well, how many partially intact droids do we have versus like we have 3 fully intact and then the protocol droid, so that's 4. And then if we fix up the other, like, out of all of the parts of all of the damaged droids, how many can we fix up?
Well, I mean, you could theoretically fix up all of them. It's just that some are going to be tougher to say fix up than others.
Which are already in workable condition.
The three that we didn't destroy and the one that you fixed. So 4.
Okay. So do we want to keep like a number of those and just sell everything else?
Well, yes,
Yes.
we could always bring the damaged droids and sell them as part of the deal as well.
Okay.
The drill bow.
Yeah, let's keep the 4, bring the rest.
All right.
Let's barter it for what we need at drill bows if we can.
Perfect. All right.
Pay for what we can't afford. It's a dread.
Sounds good.
And then we leave, I assume.
So as you're starting to leave, one of the droids comes alive. One of the ones that was cut in half by a lightsaber,
Ah, for fuck's sake.
and it starts singing, "We're whalers on the moon. We carry a harpoon."
I'm gonna shoot it with my blast with my gun.
Okay, you shoot.
I'm fine with that.
Blam 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 blam. We're definitely not gonna be able to salvage this one, I say.
Just
Well,
give
certainly
it.
not
Just give it
now.
to a random kid on the street. Like,
Oh, random battle droid to a child.
yeah.
As it powers down,
What's the worst that could happen?
Oh,
As-
jeez.
as it powers down, it's like the voice gets deeper as it says like, "We're whalers on the moon," and then like, yeah, then it just dies.
All right. So we're still going to the shop.
All right, I'll lead them to drill bows as we get into this moon of scum and villainy.
All right.
Are you guys looking at a different map? I'm still looking at Jabba's map.
I don't think there is a map for this.
I don't
if
think there's a new map.
Yeah, if I understand this correctly.
Okay. Cool.
Yes.
We're using our head movies. Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry. I'm doing theater of the mind for this because it's more of like a downtime session. If that
I'm
makes
Yeah,
there.
sense.
just probably gonna
I'm
change
there.
scenes a lot.
I'm sorry. Did you just say the
Mhm.
movies of our brains?
Theater of the mind.
Well,
That's
yeah,
when
but
you-
what did Monty say?
Imagination.
What did Monty specifically say?
I said mind movies.
Mind movies. Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
way to say imagination.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay, all right. So we're on our way there.
You disembark the ship, and who's staying on the ship?
I
Or
think
Chance.
Chance is, yeah, and the protocol
Okay.
droid.
And the
right?
protocol droid.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Jason to be.
So everyone else disembarks, and you grab those 3 droids. Yeah. Drillbow, you lead them to the you lead them to Drillbow's.
Yes, I do.
How long has it been since you've been here?
I'd imagine what at this point, a year?
A year? Okay. So yeah, so you kind of walk in and you see Drillbow. He looks up and he says, Drollba, I haven't seen you in what, a year or more? Says, how you
Uh,
been, kid?
oh, you know. Oh dear. Uh, while I'm here, could you just call me Ablord and not tell anybody that I've come back home?
Says, sure thing, Ablord. Still trying to dodge him, huh?
Well, you know how it is in family. You can't live with them.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's why I kind of left. That's why I kind of left. Also,
So we need to sell these not so immaculate droids. I point towards the pile.
he takes a look at them and he says, yeah, I'm willing to buy them.
Excellent, excellent. And we need a few restraining bolts and whatnot. Anybody need anything else?
Yeah, do you
Flashlights. We need flashlights.
yeah, how much of our shopping
And
list do
flashlights
you
and
carry?
toolkits.
Yeah, in your how many stim packs you got?
He says, I don't really carry stim packs, but I mean, I have a few personals on hand.
Okay, what
Yes,
about the other stuff? Like
he's
the,
more electronics over
okay.
here.
All right, so we're only going to be able to get the restraining bolts. Can we just trade? I mean, we put the lightsaber damage in for free, so like that should probably equal out to like 4 restraining bolts, right?
Yeah, so he actually comes over. He starts. So you see
It's
Butter.
Our, it's artisanal damage.
It's artisanal damage. So this is what you see. So he actually does have butter slathered like on the front of him, like you said before.
Oh.
And you see him take like a bread roll, kind of rub it on the butter on his body, then he eats it.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Oh, Drillbo. I shake my head.
He says you should try it sometime. It's very decadent.
No, no, no. You know me. No carbs and fats when I don't need it. You have to pay attention to those macros.
I'm saving my appetite for the noodle shop, but thank you.
Yes, they have the best live worm noodles in the system. You feel the slither all the way down.
He says, yes, very good. He actually like grabs up like a handful of rolls, wipes on the butter, and just like hands them to you guys. Asks if you want any.
Thank you.
I have to keep up my girlish figure.
We should keep them all for Chance. I think Chance likes buttered rolls.
Bring him back some buttered rolls.
Yeah. Can you put these all in a bag?
He says, sure.
Yeah. Put them in a bag. We'll give them to Chance when we get back.
Grabs a bag, throws them in there. They're all like just like soggy now, like just like in this bag that's like has butter dripping in it.
Just how he likes his rolls. That's perfect.
Yep.
All right, so we've got our what's the deal on this trade here? Is this gonna work out?
Yeah, so he examines the droids. He says if I wasn't mistaken, some of these look like they were deactivated with a lightsaber, and he kind of looks at you and Drolba.
Yeah, they had their moments.
Well,
actually, these I might have been unconscious when these were cut up. I can't remember. Which one of these did I destroy?
I think you destroyed a couple of them. One in like the kind of like the welcoming area, the one in the guy's office, I believe.
Yeah, another thing about it, I might have been unconscious when these particular ones were destroyed, so it might have all been Drolba. Sorry, Ablord.
Yes, Ablord. It's totally not how I got the name of Drolba by turning Ablord backwards. Yes. Anyway, yes. So at least they're precise cuts rather than just all blaster damage.
He says, yeah. He says, well, I'll I should be able to put them back together with a bit of effort. So how does 250 for the lot sound?
Including you throwing in the restraining bolts?
Yes.
That sounds pretty good to me. What about to everybody else?
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That's a sweet deal in my book.
And the free rolls. I mean,
I honestly like that's just most of the value right there.
I told you one of these days you should just sell it in jar form.
oh, for fuck's sake.
He says, "Yeah, I know." It's just like, I don't know. I'm just too lazy for it, though. You know.
If you don't respect your own product, how will anybody else respect it?
Yeah, he says that's true. And like as he says that, you kind of hear like an almost a pus like sound. You see more like butter come out of like the front of
Oh,
him.
Jesus.
If this is
We should be going now, I think.
if this is too graphic, I'll
No.
stop.
No,
It's
you're
very-
fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I've had enough butter for today, I think. All right. Well, thanks for the restraining bolts and the buttered rolls. I hope you enjoy the droids.
Yeah, I hope you enjoy the restraining bolts.
Yeah, it was nice meeting a friend of Drolba. I'm sorry, Ablord.
Oh, geez, this is going to be a problem.
All right, where are we off to next? Oh, we need to get your guys' flashlight and shit, right?
I assume we could also pick this up from Drillbo?
A flashlight? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He has like
And
he-
toolkits.
Well, that's
yeah,
why I
he has some
asked. Like, we
torches.
should probably figure out like what out of our shopping list he has.
It was either that or you guys had to go down to Space Home Depot.
Yeah,
Right.
Circuit
And the
City. Oh wait, no,
toolkits.
that's not there
Yep.
anymore, is it?
I figure Drillbo should probably have like most of what we might need for electronics.
He does tell you there is an apothecary across the way from him where you can pick up the stim packs and other healing items.
All right.
'Kay.
Well, why don't you guys negotiate your prices for the shit you need?
I got a quibble over 25, so. Especially since Chance already gave me the money for his stuff, so.
Mm.
Let me look
So-
up flash real quick.
Need to
I
add that
gave
stuff to my
y'all
sheet.
410, which covers a toolkit, a glow rod, and 2 stim packs.
So that should be good. Which is the exact same thing that I need, so.
Twinsies.
I have a glow
All right, yeah.
rod, but it's actually a lightsaber.
Well, la-di-da.
Yeah.
So
I'm not bragging. I'm just saying, like, it is pretty neat.
So Drillo says like any friend of Ablord's is a friend of mine, and he actually gives you a 50% discount on it.
Oh, you are too kind. This is why you got kicked out of your family, Drillbo.
You're not
But-
not an asshole enough to be a hut. Oh, I'm sorry.
Basically.
I didn't say that out loud.
No. Drollbag actually quickly agrees with you.
He says, Drilbo says, actually, that's a compliment. I'm actually happy not to be, you know, like one of them. He says,
Yes, my people have definitely a lot of baggage that we still haven't processed after losing our home world. I hope one day we start to go in another direction, but until then, the assholes are kind of in charge of my species.
Drilbo says, well, technically our species.
Yep.
But yeah, no, he hands you like the flashlight and like the toolkit and everything and the glow rods.
Perfect. So everyone's got. So we've got everything except for stim packs, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you said the apothecary is just around the corner.
Yes. Yep.
Where is? You know what? We'll get noodles later. It's fine. So can we make our way to the apothecary now? Or is there anything else here we need to deal with? Thank you so much for the rolls and the butter. I have a feeling Chance is gonna love them.
As all most people do.
Yeah, we're gonna let it marinate in the bag for a couple hours while we're out shopping and stuff.
And he says,
Be nice and soggy by the time we get back to the ship.
Yeah.
Right. Throw some noodles in there.
Oh God.
Soggy is a preferred texture on Mon Cala.
Genko, do you just want the rolls? Because if you actually want this is really just a joke I'm playing on Chance. Like, if you want the rolls, you can have them.
You know, I would always prefer to share a meal with a comrade than eat alone. So I will wait to have this experience with our pilot.
All right, perfect. All right.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you kind of make your way to the apothecary. You go inside, and it's So unlike kind of like everything else in the kind of like the area, this place is like more like low tech. It's more like you see like kind of like a bunch of plants being grown.
Mm-hmm.
You see kind of like automatic like like an automatic watering system, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
A woman kind of like pops out from like behind like behind like a door, and she says, yeah, what can I help you with?" She says.
Well, we're officially here for stim packs.
Don't worry, you're on Nar Shaddaa. You could just ask for drugs.
Well, I was gonna ask, should I do a streetwise roll to see if she has spice?
I
Sure.
think we can just ask.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Yeah. I'll just ask. Like, what is your spice situation?
She says, okay, so
Is spice even illegal on Nar Shaddaa?
It's perfectly legal everywhere. It's just depending upon where you're buying it from. The different spice vendors have to pay a premium to whatever hut's territory they're in.
So we don't even have to be sketchy about this. All right, give me your spice menu, please.
all right, yeah. So she gives you a spice menu.
All right. So what's the spice that makes my force better?
Let me Google that real quick.
I'm surprised you haven't been to Nar Shaddaa before with your proclivities.
I'm gonna be really honest. I've been really busy with the Jedi. We don't get to come out here a lot. I was a part of a unit that solved hard to solve crimes, and I'm really surprised none of them ever brought us here because they got a lot of shit happening on Nar Shaddaa.
Well, there's a
That's
reason the
because
Jedi avoid this moon.
Yalladai spice. Okay, so how much is this kind of spice on the menu? It's 1,000
in a single dose for 100. Yeah,
it's pricey, man.
Oh man, how much money do I have?
We all got 1,000 for digging through that guy's room.
It's in character info. Oh, you mean? Oh, so I've got 1650. Yeah. You know what? I'll buy some spice.
sounds good.
So I'm down to 650, and you said that's just for one dose.
Yes. Yep.
And then I put this in my item inventory. Does this go under other gear, or does it go under tools?
Either are. It's all good.
All right.
So.
Oh right, stim packs.
Also, this is what the woman looks like, but like kind of like looks more Dathomirian.
Who?
Where are you posting that? On the.
Oh, in the Discord, I haven't posted yet though.
Okay, I'll pull it up so the stream can see it.
All right.
Well, I was.
That
See that?
orange shit?
Is she a Night Sister?
She is.
Oh,
Ah.
you're a witch.
She says I am.
You can feel the force. How much of this spice do you do?
From beyond time and space, you hear someone say, "Witch!"
Yeah, it's Balin's skull. Where is she?
Right. Yeah, so she says officially I don't do any of my own supply. I get mine from somebody else.
All right.
Mart, don't get high off your own supply.
So I assume this is pretty good. I'm sorry. No more questions about the spice. Can I have how much are your stim packs a piece? What are they, like 50?
Believe so.
Because I'll take 2 of those.
25.
25.
That's what the
Okay.
book said.
Nice.
All right. So I'll be down to 625, and then I'll do.
Yeah, so what she does is she actually grabs like 2 empty stim packs. And you see her like she kind of like puts them like under like a filler type thing, fills them up, kind of like screws the top of the needle thing on, and then kind of hands you both of them.
Damn, this is like bespoke stim
Take
packs.
2 as well.
This is like
Yeah.
the hibachi grill.
And 2 for
of-
chance.
What were you saying, Bria?
I said I would take 2 as well and 2 for chance.
Okay, so she hands you 4 of them. But yes, it's very. I don't know. Like I don't know. I always kind of felt like it'd be like a low tech type of place for
Yeah.
healing. I guess.
Yeah, I like it.
So, you seem like the kind of person that might know about I don't know, some intelligence about the area that maybe other people might not know.
She says I might. What are you looking to know?
Nothing particular, but we're headed over to the bounty office. What kind of person usually hangs out over there?
She says usually the type of people who don't stop here. She says
Oh, they don't like stim packs?
no, just they're I don't know. They're not the type of people to stop in here.
I
She
gotcha.
says she kind of like so you actually kind of see like some kind of like generic looking bounty hunters kind of like walking by, and she says people like that. She says, and they're kind of like they look like they're like kind of like in Mandalorian armor.
All right. Did everyone get the stim packs they needed?
Yes, I was just trying to find out where I track my currency.
How much are how much are each stim pack?
25 is what
25
the
each,
book
yeah.
says.
Yeah. Yep.
Are they 25 each? Okay, so I'll get 4. That'll be easy. So it's 100 credits. And is this the first time I'm meeting this Night Sister?
No, I'll say like you, as long as if you bought stuff from like healing stuff from her before.
You're local, right? You should know her.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
maybe know of her.
I'm gonna say since within the past 6 months, have you heard anything about a Wookiee Jedi through the grapevine coming through this area?
She says I have. She says a Wookiee Jedi actually stopped in about a month ago.
My eyes widen, and I say, "Really? where was he? Or was it a he or a she?
She says it was a he. She says, "Why do you ask?"
I have a vested interest in
No reason.
speaking to. Could you tell me where he might have gone?
Yeah, she says he was going to Kashyyyk. Something about a ritual there of some sort that he had to take part in.
Do you happen to know his name?
Was it Life Day?
I gotta read your thing again real quick.
Oh, but it is Krensock.
Yes, I forgot the name. Sorry, I had to read your backstory again real quick.
Oh shit! I need to go to Kashyyyk now. I thank her for the information and look rather pensive.
She says she sees that you're kind of looking pensive. She says, I sell a spiced Eldoradian ale to like kind of help with your nerves. She says.
Oh no no no! My body is a temple, and the only thing I put into it are things that kind of bolster it up.
Only protein, bro.
Also, I just real quick, out of kind of the game, romance and stuff like that. Is everyone okay with it in this game? Not preferred, or
I'm gonna start seducing everybody if we say yes.
Oh
So,
God, you're our bard. It might actually work.
be warned. I don't have a problem with anything.
No, I don't have a problem. Drolba himself doesn't really identify sexually, but that's not too uncommon for a lot of huts.
I'm sorry, I nodded off for just a moment. Just the whiff of that spice. What did I miss?
oh,
Out a game, like if people are comfortable with romance situations, like trying to seduce an NPC or an NPC trying to do something like that to them.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, isn't it like 3/4 of the fun of role playing games?
it is. I just don't want to.
I've been trying to fuck all of my companions in Starfield, so let's go.
Nice. I just don't want to like say force anything without like asking first.
No, that's considerate. Thank you.
That's fine, but thank you for asking.
What does everyone kind of like? What does everyone prefer? By the way.
So
I mean, if it comes up, it comes up, but I'm not like going out of my way to make it happen, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an old fish man. I'm too tired for all of that nonsense.
I'm a
Gotcha.
Jedi, but I'm a Jedi wayfinder.
And Drolba,
Wayseeker. So
So you may find your way into someone's heart.
yeah.
I mean, you're a Jedi, but when the spice starts hitting, you
Yeah.
know, who knows?
Also, I don't report to the Jedi Council, so like what they don't know can't necessarily hit them. But it's on a I think it's on a situation to situation basis where my interest is gauged.
And Drolba's a young hut, so too early for him to have a kid. And when he does have a kid, he'll just transition and become female and just give birth without even having to have a partner.
Wow.
I didn't know how to do that. That's interesting.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's true.
That's an option for huts. They can just choose to not have a partner to have a kid.
That's
they're super interesting.
It's like the most woke thing in all of Star Wars.
Well, you know what they say. Life finds a way.
Especially if you're a space slug.
Yep, Jeff Goldblum's part of this campaign now.
Oh no, what have I done?
Bria, did you say that you were comfortable or not comfortable with?
Yeah, it's
doing
fine.
this?
That's
Okay.
fine.
So this is what's gonna happen. The woman looks at you, and she says that it's only 50 credits for.
Sorry, by you, who do you mean you?
She's looking at Bria.
Okay.
Damn, Bria.
Well, thank you. How much for the ale?
She says, first sip's on the house. For you, she says.
Well, thank you. Anybody else?
No,
I drink alone, I'm a drunk. So.
Are we drinking?
If you want.
I'm drinking.
Well, okay, so it's
I'm
actually
drinking. I'll have 4.
It's actually extremely dangerous to consume narcotics and alcohol, so I think I'll be there in spirit.
I'll ask what sort of protein shake she has available.
She says, well, she says, I can combine these 4 to make something that'll make your heart explode, probably.
No deal.
We need his heart.
I need my heart.
How many people say yes to that?
She says more than you'd think.
Huh.
I
Many
mean,
people order another after you've given them the first.
she says less than you'd think.
Okay.
I mean, she says, I mean, you know, I do bring them back. You know, like I need customers. She says.
You bring them back to life with your magic, I assume.
Yes, she says.
What?
Well, yes, she is a Dothmari witch.
That's fucking crazy. Which
Actually,
is...
I don't suppose that you would ever be up to possibly training anyone in certain abilities.
She says I could be. She says I could be convinced.
Interesting.
Huh.
Were you going to say, Bria?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Bria's still trying to... She's still trying to process what is happening.
Right.
Why is she batting her eyes at me? I don't get it.
So as like this is all kind of going on, you hear like a small mew from behind the counter, and you see like a loft cat jump on top of the counter.
I love these. What's your cat's name?
He says his name is Gygax.
Is Gygax for sale?
He says he is not for sale.
Oh.
She says that there is a. She says though that there is a loft cat like Gygax likes to see though. So maybe in the future.
Oh, you
might
have
be
like
some
little kittens?
She says, yeah. She says there might be some kittens in the future.
You can't just like make kittens happen with your magic and shit.
I mean,
I know the answer to that. I'm just trying to be funny.
I gotcha.
The answer is
She
no,
says-
I assume.
She says, I wish.
Oh, yeah.
I think she'd be in a different line of business if she could.
I'm a little confused as to her line of business as it is. Because we were here for stim packs, and now I'm really curious to know how many people's like hearts get exploded.
She's a chemist.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes some people might need an upper after a downer.
So we've got all of our stim packs. You guys are sufficiently drunk, or do you want to be more drunk? Because I feel like I'm the designated walker now.
Who? So for everyone who drank, like, how many of everything did everyone drink?
I think only 2 of us ended up drinking because Drolba didn't drink either.
I had
don't know.
4. Whatever we drank, I had 4. That's all I know.
That's
Gotcha.
all right.
Well, she said one was. I don't know. Was it any good?
Yeah, no, it I mean, if you like alcohol, it's really good because it's spiced, so there's like a kick to it.
Wait, was it spiced or was it spiced?
No, spiced, kind of like spiced wine.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Like you made me think that the drug
Wait,
spice.
I was about to say I didn't know you guys were
Spiced
didn't know you guys were into that. So Genko, are you drunk enough to play us a tune on your guitar?
Yes, I am, but it's a good thing I left my guitar on the ship.
Ah, well, shit.
So.
I suggest. How much time do we have before this bounty hunter tournament starts?
Well, we still have to go over there and like check in and shit, right?
Yeah, how much time do we have left to check in?
You have a day left.
Oh, so we should probably be doing it soon then.
Yeah, I was thinking of the same thing.
Oh well, no, I meant you check in tomorrow. Sorry,
check in this tomorrow. So probably what a lot of the competitors are doing right now, are basically scoping out who's coming into Nar Shaddaa and looking to see who the competitors are. In fact, it's quite likely when we flew in, people were watching.
Well, we didn't flew in where we were supposed to, so.
True. So that gave us that could have
Yeah,
given us a little bit more.
Yes, because Drolba recommended a.
Another pad, right.
Yeah.
That's true. We didn't come through the standard pad, so.
But there are eyes everywhere.
There are.
So, I guess a good question would what's our witch's name again? Or can I just call her witch? Would that be offensive?
I mean, you can. So her
I
actual
would ask what her name is. Yes.
She says most call me witch, or some variation, but
that seems very impolite.
Says back on Dathomir I was given the name Tasha.
Tasha. That's a nice name. Have you had any other what do you know about the Great Hunt?
Does she have a spell book?
Actually, you do see a black book, kind of on a pedestal behind her. She says, well, I know I know in the past, the Great Hunt, the last Great Hunt when the Sith Empire was still around. Ever since then, the Great Hunt kind of went down the down low when the Jedi kind of became the predominant Force users in the galaxy. She says.
Yeah, sorry about that. Wasn't my choice.
She says, oh, no worries. They don't really bother me out here.
Yeah, they bother a lot of people. So you said that none of the contestants have come in here? None of the other people participating?
She says one or two have, but usually they don't really they're already kind of stocked up on their stuff, if that makes sense.
What can you tell us about them, the people that came in?
Well, one was a Botham.
Oh, shit.
And another, I couldn't get a good, I couldn't see them. They were clad in
armor and helmets and shit.
Yeah, they were wearing a spacesuit, but it sounded like there was water inside the helmet.
Oh.
Could be any number of things.
Yeah. It could be one of the two races of Mon Cal.
But that one never spoke a word, though. They just pointed to everything they wanted and paid me.
How rude.
Well, thank you, Tasha.
Yes, thank you.
Would I be aware of where most competitors would be landing?
Yeah, so most competitors would actually be landing where you were kind of given landing clearance for first. That was kind of where they're having kind of all the competitors land to kind of know where they were, if that makes sense.
So
is that far away?
Would it be far away? I
would suggest maybe an hour away, taking public transport.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we could hang out there for just a minute and take a look, right?
Yeah, I would actually suggest us staking it out at least for a few hours and trying to figure out who's already here, how many have already checked in. We should be able to look up some of them by their just ship registries, or if we grease the right palms.
I think that's a great idea.
Okay, well, I'll thank Tasha, and I'll say, well, I think we have all the supplies we need to from here.
Tasha, you've been, out of all the witches I've met, one of the more pleasant, and I appreciate that.
She says, "Same to you for." She says, "Same to you," about referring to Jedi. She says,
Yeah, no, I get you there.
Of all the witches we've met, you're one of them.
Yeah, you are a witch. Yeah. If you're still alive in a few hundred years and you hear of a woman named Morgan Elsbeth, just walk the other way. Not that I would know what happens in the future. They're just a dream I had once.
"You said it in character."
No, sorry, I was.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to get. I don't want to break the rules of time and space in our game.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
When we leave this place, I'm gonna like hit a little button on my armor, and a full helmet comes over my face, and my armor kind of extends out to give me that kind of air of anonymity. And
That's gotta be a big helmet, man.
Can it be?
Oh, yeah.
Hold on. Can it be Can it be the stop motion animation from Batman '89 when the Batmobile gets its shields?
Yes.
I was thinking more.
Probably very similar.
Wait, let me see if I could get an animated GIF of this, because I was thinking more of like what you see in Lost in Space. Remember the reboot with the helmet there?
When he gets ready to start blasting away.
Are you talking about the Netflix series or the film?
The film.
With
wait,
Joey.
With Joey, yeah. Hold on.
Yeah, that's right. That guy was in Friends, wasn't he?
Yeah. That was an okay reboot. I enjoyed that movie.
Wait,
I'm not sure I know what you're talking about.
You know what's weird? It had both John, like I think it was John Hurt, right, or William Hurt, and also like Gary Oldman in it, and like it still like didn't do great.
It's weird.
Gary Oldman's in everything.
That's what I was gonna say, because Gary Oldman is generally awesome.
Anyway, if you click on that link, just like the helmet's just like that.
Click on.
So it's basically the Batman stop motion, but
yeah, very similar.
Oh, I can't open what you were trying to.
Yeah.
I'd have to download GIF. Hold on.
Oh wait, hold on. Maybe I. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is kind of like that. It's also very Guardians of the Galaxy. You know. Anyway, okay, so we know how your helmet works now. That's fantastic.
Yeah. How my armor basically works. It just comes out from underneath the robes, and I now have my armored robes out.
That was super cool, man.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull up the hood of my robes, not because I'm worried about people seeing me, but I just know that I look more like a badass that way.
Definitely.
You do hear like a sound, kind of like armor, kind of like being like not fused together, but kind of like different like layers of armor, kind of like being laid on top of each other. As you see like Genko's armor, cover like their face.
You mean Drolba? I mean Ablord.
Drolba.
Oh yeah,
Ablord. Yes. Yep. There's a reason I paid to have a masterwork version of my armor.
So I'm still trying to recognize everyone's voice without seeing like the light up, if that makes sense. Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you said we had to take some kind of transportation over to the landing pads.
Yes.
You're the local. Give us a tour.
Yes, I'll give them the cheapskate tour of Nar Shaddaa as we take a series of public shuttles and trams to get to the regular starport.
Yeah. So you do that. You kind of walk, and like there's actually there's kind of like a crowd now. Like people are kind of going your way, people are going the other way, stuff like that. It's kind of like the 5 o'clock rush. People are getting out of work.
I clutch my pearls.
Okay. But yeah, yeah. Just imagine like you're actually wearing pearls now and you're clutching that.
Oh my!
Did you make those yourself?
Just this morning.
Ew, no.
Well, hopefully someone named Joe Chills doesn't run into you.
So can I roll a streetwise to see if anything is like out of place or
Yeah.
if I
you
notice
roll-
anything?
sure,
Or
it'll
would be
a
like,
one.
or maybe like a perception. What is the one?
So what are you trying to notice exactly?
Just if anyone's acting like acting sketchy, or like if anyone's watching us.
Gotcha. Yeah. Roll me a. I'll say.
Like perception.
Yeah, I'll let you choose either between perception and streetwise.
I think perception is probably more applicable.
Okay. Yeah. So
I'm not trying to pick the better one. I think that probably fits.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It'll be
And-
How many?
while
Sorry,
he-
how many purple?
just gonna be 2.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There's no blue though.
Oh shit.
Well, then one less.
Perception starts with a P. There you are.
So, so with that roll, then looks like. Let's see here.
0-1 advantage.
Yep. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Well, no. So I'm just gonna take it from like, you still got the successes. So it looks like. Yeah. Okay. So yep. So just the 3 successes. The advantage and the other threat cancel each other out. Yeah. So you see kind of like a couple people scoping you out. Like one of them is just kind of like just civilians just kind of like standing around.
Like mildly curious, not necessarily.
Yeah, they're kind of like people watching, but like
Okay.
they see like with your hood up, they're kind of like, oh, that person's kind of mysterious. Like they see your armor.
Yeah, he is.
Like they see Abloid armor.
Can I roll knowledge outer rim to see if I know any of these bounty hunters that I'm seeing just out of hand?
Sure,
Like their reputation or just my knowledge?
sure. It'll be a 2.
So 2 purple. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
All right. 1 success.
Okay. Yeah. And then also, Daniel, you do notice that some of the bounty hunters are actually scoping, your group out as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then with the 1 success, you would know that one of them, just based on their armor, their name is Wendigo.
Say that last part again.
Their name's Wendigo, one of the bounty hunters.
Wendigo, like the cannibal spirit.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
So what do I know about Wendigo?
So Wendigo. You would know that they kind of like made a name for themselves, kind of like mainly bounty hunting, kind of like on
Eating people.
right. Yeah. No, actually, so it's more of an ironic name.
Mm.
What they actually did was they'd actually feed their bounties to like the Sarlacc on Tatooine.
Shit. All right.
And then, like-
Is this? Sorry. Go on.
It's all good. And then like they'd kind of like film it as like proof that they captured the bounty or
Shit.
technically killed the bounty.
That's kind of
But
dark.
that's why they got the name Wendigo, though.
Are they human?
So I'm gonna say no. They're not human. Do you want to go up and talk to them?
Sure. I say, Wendigo, your reputation precedes you.
So while this conversation's happening, I'm going to be a few paces back, just observing.
You hear like a synthesized voice coming out from the helmet. So it's kind of like masking their like true voice, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
But it you do get like a female distinction from it. Like a female What's the
Vibe.
word? Yes, that's it. Thank you. From it. And she says, ah, Ablord. She says, and she says it like very like she like she's heard the name before, but she kind of like like she doesn't believe it's a real name. Kind of like her name's not a real name, if that makes sense.
Well, when she says Ablord, um, I hit a secret button inside my armor, and just the section for my midsection for my abs slides out, exposing row upon row of glistening abs. And it's like, my legend precedes me.
Yeah, the sun hits your abs just right and like burns out an entire district. No, it doesn't happen. But no, she looks at you and she says, you get the great hunt, and you're just here to congratulate people who did. And she kind of like,
Yeah. Well, I know you've operated out of Tatooine before, and we have just been sponsored by a new player on Tatooine.
she says, who's that?
You might have heard him. You might have heard of him, Jabba of the Basadi Kajidik.
Here and there. Doesn't seem like that, I don't expect him to live with them like the decade, she says.
Oh, I suspect he's going to be a player in years to come.
It's not my problem as long as we get paid.
Yes, and these are my teammates that I'm going with, and then I look around her and I say, "Are you teaming up with anybody for this hunt?"
She says, yeah, and she kind of points to like a few other um, uh, people in Mandalorian armor.
Ooh, Mandos.
She points to one. She says, "This is Hush." She points to another one. This is Mirage.
Hello, Hush. Hello, Raj.
And then she points to another one and says, "This one's called Nightshade." And like her armor is kind of like darker, kind of like Nightshade. Uh, she,
Nice.
she says that she says that this she says that I see you're rolling with a crew now too. Then, huh?
Yes, yes, they are quite the good sort. Oh, also just out of game. Um, this is before Mandalore was glassed by the Empire, so in this era, Mandalorians should still be open to honor people using Beskar, right? Or like selling Beskar?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, okay. So theoretically, we could commission Mandalorian armor, right? Or like Beskar armor.
Uh, yes, you could. If you're a Mandalorian, like you kind of like you kind of get them. You have to still get it, but like it doesn't cost anything to like craft it. But if you're not Mandalorian, it'll cost like at least 20,000 credits to craft it.
Right. Hmm. Good to know. Um. Anyway, how many people are in their team total?
Sorry, did you say yours or hers?
Hers.
Uh,
5.
5. Okay.
But only
It,
4
it
of us are here because we left a chance behind.
No, on her on the on
on her
Wendigo's
team.
thing, right?
4.
Plus her.
Is there a max size for this competition for a team?
She says, I mean, there's no max size, but like having to, you know, babysit more people, usually kind of bogs you down. She says. She
True,
says.
true.
She says.
No one wants to split the reward 50 ways.
Exactly. She says. She says. In fact, one of my. She says I had to let one of mine go. She was dead weight in more than one. You know.
Because she was dead?
She says yes.
Yeah.
Not by
going,
me,
Going
though.
for the literal meaning then.
Not by me, though. By one of the bounties we were hunting.
My condolences.
Yeah, she was she had like she had a Spitfire to her, but wasn't enough to keep her alive. She zigged when she should have zagged, essentially.
She flipped when she should have flopped. Happens all the time.
So Wendigo, just between you and me, which team is the team to watch besides ourselves this year?
She says, honestly, I'd love to. She says, honestly, I'd love to, hype us up a lot, but honestly, I think it's the, what was the, I'm drawing a blank now, out of character. What the guy in Mando, the bigger guy, who
Has Vizsla.
yes, he says she says someone by the name of Vizsla. Sounds like they might be taking it down all this year. She says that they've never broken a bounty contract. They've always been on every bounty, and she says, rumor is she says, you know, it's illegal, of course, but rumor is that they bagged a Jedi as well.
That makes sense. I mean, Vizsla is descended from Jedi.
But she says, as much as I'd love to win the Great Hunt, she says I wouldn't if I had to lose to Vizsla, I wouldn't be too sad about it. She says.
Understandable.
Must not have been a very good Jedi.
Ooh, dang.
Yeah, she says most aren't. She says.
Yeah, I choose to ignore that. I just raise a brow.
Getting fired tonight. Well, thank you. Good hunting to you and your crew.
She says same to you, and she gives you a pat on the shoulder.
As she walks off, I say, Wendigo. That Sarlacc's my friend. He's a vegan. Stop feeding people to him.
She says, okay.
That's also canonically true, by the way.
I remember you said that before.
Yeah, I definitely need to read that.
And I figured, if that Sarlacc's sentient, he's going to be my friend. My character personally knows him.
Nice.
I learned the Sarlacc language, which is actually a collection of limb wails. You wail your limbs around.
So they kind of talk in song then.
Well, no, it's because the Sarlacc communicates. So I'm saying this in character to everyone so they understand. The Sarlacc communicates by waving its tentacles around. That's its entire language is based on its tentacles movements. So you can approximate that even if you're a species with only 2 limbs, you can usually get the language down pretty easily.
Oh, you learn something new every day.
Yeah, I mean that Sarlacc's a cool guy. He grew up eating leaves, and people just start flying in and dumping people in. It's a dick move.
Wait, where would he have eaten leaves on Tatooine?
Well, Tatooine he's been there for thousands of years, and Tatooine before it was a barren desert was a lush jungle all over.
Huh. Only a few thousand years ago.
Yeah.
Ah. I mean, to a hut, that's not all that long.
Yeah, it's by thousands. I mean, he's been there a very long time.
Fascinating.
Also, out of character, this might be where some of the canon that you know and some of the kind of canon that they're establishing might be a little bit different because they're kind of narrowing the timeline up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wouldn't expect to see like when they give us like Old Republic stories, I wouldn't expect to see it thousands and thousands of years before Episode 1. More like maybe 1,000 years or a little less than that.
Yeah. Honestly, like part of me wonders if like the KOTOR remake is actually going to take place in the High Republic instead of the Old Republic.
Yeah, shit, what is that Quantic Dream thing, Chris? Star Wars Eclipse. Yeah.
Look forward to that. I mean, I like Quantic Dreams games. Some of them, like, I just wish David Cage was a better director with some things.
Yeah. Anyway, I had my mic drop moment with Wendigo, so she kind of shat on the Jedi there. Stick up.
Right,
Can we? Is the registration area close by?
Yeah, I mean, it's probably gonna take like an hour to get there.
Probably have
like
to take the transport back, right? Because we rode over here.
Well, it might be worth us checking in now for the team before heading back to our ship, just so we don't have any shenanigans of tomorrow getting there at the last second, or somebody tries to trip us up right before we go in and register. Because I could see that as a valid tactic to stop competitors' teams for entering the competition.
That's sensible.
I got you.
So if we do it now ahead of time, we won't have that danger tomorrow.
Well, this is your old stomping ground.
All right, I guess I'll lead the way, or slithering ground, as the case may be.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So you go. You all board the transport to go over that way.
Is Wendigo's team coming at the same time, since it sounds like they just arrived?
Yeah, they board as well.
Oh, we're sharing a subway with them, even though we just said bye to them.
Yep. Yeah, we have that awkward moment of saying goodbye,
So we're all,
and then we head in the same
we're all very
direction.
carefully avoiding eye contact.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, so like kind of like an hour passes. You hear like chattering on the transport. It stops at different stops. Eventually, it stops at it stops like where kind of like the Mandalorian district. And this is your stop.
All right. I
And we
guess
get
we'll
off
head
without having the doors close on us.
Yeah, so you and Wendigo's party get off the train.
Do we see the building from where we are?
Yes, yep.
All
It's
right.
kind of like a big spherical building.
All right. Are there anyone like? Is anyone hanging out outside or like?
Yeah. You see like different kind of like Mandalorians and different like other bounty hunters hanging out inside. Some of them like are kind of like more like some of them have like some of them have fancy armor, kind of like Wendigo. Some of them are kind of like in more kind of like less fancy armor, kind of like in just sort of like leather or just like normal clothing, if that makes sense.
All right. So as we approach the building, I make sure that I rest my hand on the hilt of my lightsaber as I'm walking past the Mandalorians.
Gotcha. So yeah, so you kind of like do you want to roll an intimidation check then? Like
Sure, though it's probably not gonna get me anywhere. Intimidation. Does that exist?
no, it might be
Presence. It would be.
it'd be
closest I could see for intimidation might be coercion.
yeah, I think it might be coercion.
It was not very effective.
That's fine. It wasn't for them. It was for me.
You tried to look like a badass, but
Yeah.
instead the Mandalorians think you're a nerd.
Yeah, then that's fine. To be fair, it's hard to intimidate a Mandalorian. They're kind of stupid.
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
So, like, you rest your hand in your lightsaber as you're kind of walking by. They just kind of like, they're very like nonchalant.
They do
Kinda
that
look
Boba Fett thing where they move the helmet just a little bit. They kind of like nod to each other.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, like,
Do I sense through the Force them rolling their eyes behind their helmets?
yes, pretty much.
To be fair, I would expect a Mandalorian to do no less. So
But yeah, so like as they, but like kind of like with like you having your hand in your lightsaber, they kind of like have their hand on their blasters and everything. You know, they're like, you know, like each party's trying to intimidate the other, but
Yeah.
unsuccessfully. If that makes sense.
Yeah. We're just feeling each other out a little bit.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right.
Can I proceed to the
Blankets.
registration desk? Do they have a droid or do they have a Mandalorian behind there?
So there's actually different registration desks. You see, like there's like a bit of a line, but it goes pretty quick. I'd say like after about 15 minutes, you get up to the registration desk.
Okay.
You see like a woman there. She says name. She's also like older, like in her 60s.
Is it Jocasta New, who's been in her 60s her entire life?
Right? Yeah. I was actually like, has everyone here seen Monsters Inc?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That.
I had little cousins
Yes.
I babysat, so I've seen it several times.
Yeah, no, it's her.
Yeah.
It's,
What do you want?
You're not
Yeah,
that much.
yeah,
older than
you
me,
can
are
you
ya?
can hear that voice just by seeing the picture.
Yes.
she's a hut.
I
Yeah,
say in
she is.
I say in Huttese to her, my name is Ablord, and here are my companions. We are here to register for the hunt.
Droba,
says-
I mean Ablord, is that a force pike down there? Are you happy to see this this hut?
She looks at you. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Ablord's probably gonna look back at him like the same look like the female Hutt's giving him, and I'm just gonna turn back to her and just ignore the comment completely.
Oh, they're perfect for each other.
She actually looks at you. She actually looks at you, Emblor, and says, "Ah, your friend is such a charmer."
Did she say
you
that in
go for the-
Huttese or did she say that in basic?
And basic.
All right. All right, I kind of like you actually now.
But yeah, she says. Anyway, though. So names.
Ablord, the hunter.
Tier like kind of like jot it down.
Okay. Then I'll say Old Man Genko.
My name is Cal. I have a lightsaber.
Brian Evan.
She sees the lights and says, "Ooh, fancy."
Thank you.
And then we're also here to check in our buddy Chance. He's at the ship.
Anyone else? She says.
Nope. We have the chit here from our sponsor Jabba of the Basadi Kajidik, and I give her the proof of that.
Yes, you hand it to her. She examines it, she bites on it to make sure it's legit. And she says, "Yep, it's legit." And she just like opens the drawer and just like throws it in, and you see like a bunch of other kind of like sponsorship tokens in there as well.
I love this woman. I say that after she takes it. She tries to take a bite out of it.
You just say it out loud.
Yeah, this is the most. Yeah, I love this woman.
She says, she says, "You're sweet."
I just kind of shake my head, and Drolba is not one of the Hutts who understands why some other Hutts really like humanoids. It's definitely not his thing.
But yeah, she finishes signing all of you in. She says, She says, "Well, you're all checked in for tomorrow. Have a pleasant day."
As we walk away, I give her a wink.
So when do we find out who the targets are?
Do you ask her that, or
Yeah.
she says, "Well, tomorrow will be initiation, and that's when you'll be assigned your different targets."
I'm sorry, initiation? Do you mean...
I assume it's an opening ceremony of some sort?
She says, "Yes." She says it's been over 300 years since the last great hunt. They're trying to do a lot of fanfare for it. She says.
Mm.
She says, you know how it is with, like, the Jedi and the Republic. Palms got to get greased. Kind of like laws got to be put in place for stuff like this, for you know more serious bounties to be allowed. She says.
So are most of the missions, are they going to be on Nar Shaddaa, or are they going to be off world?
She says off world. Each bounty is going to take you to a different world. She says some Republic controlled, some not.
I see why. I bet you a lot of people right now are crossing their fingers or whatever they might possess that they aren't going to be targets this year.
She looks at she she looks at your character. She looks at Fel,
Kel?
and Kel, sorry. She looks at Kel, and she says you're so sweet. I'll let you know a little secret. She says, and she kind of like beckons for Kel to come closer.
Is our relationship about to change? I lean toward her.
And she says, "You didn't hear it from me, but I heard you might get an easy bounty for the first one." She says.
Our team specifically? Or just everyone? Everyone will get an easy bounty?
She says, she says she's not sure. It's just that she heard your team specifically might get an easy bounty. She says.
Oh, Jabba probably pulled a few strings so he doesn't look bad by having his sponsored team lose in the first round.
She says, "Who can say?"
You could.
If she says any more, she might be fired.
Says, "But you didn't hear that from me, though." She says.
I give her a wink and I say your secret's safe with us.
Or fired upon.
I ask her, do we get bonus points for bringing in targets alive in this competition?
She says, maybe from the people who have the bounties set, but she says personally here, no, like alive or dead, it makes no difference to us. She says.
And how many teams have entered so far?
She says so far 100.
Oh my.
That's a lot of bounty hunters.
But she says that she says honestly though, with how big the she says honestly though, with how big the galaxy is though, I wouldn't imagine you're gonna be facing you're gonna be competing with more than 3 to 4 hunters for your bounties. She says, or should I say three through 4 other teams? She says.
All right.
Well, thank you for the information.
She also says even though it's been 300 years, old rules are still in effect. You can't kill your competition till you're both going after the same bounty. She says. She says you also won't be told about your competition either. You have to figure out who you're competing against for your different bounties.
So we can kill them once we are officially competing with one another?
She says yes, but not before.
All right.
very much.
Does it? I guess we don't have information on who our. We just know that our first bounty is going to be kind of easy.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Is there anything required of us for the initiation tomorrow?
Do you ask her that, or
Yes.
she says just that you show up.
All right.
Fair enough.
Well, thank you, and you try to have a good rest of your day. I say with a wink.
She says, "You too, honey."
Sorry, what is your name?
She says, "Florence."
What an unusual name for a hut.
She says, "Why? What's your name?"
Why, the very common name, Ablord.
Ah. She says, "So common, I forgot it already."
Damn. Florence, I hope to see you again.
She says, "Oh, you will."
I suggest we head back to the ship and rest for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys want to go to the noodle shop at all, or no?
Nah, we're good. However, I do get on the comm and call Chance and ask him how our engine repairs are going.
Oh yeah, I was just about to call you. I'm pretty sure I found what the rattle is, but I need a tool I don't have on the ship for it. Did you guys get that toolkit for me?
Yeah, we picked it up.
Yes.
Perfect. I'll be able to fix it real quick once you get back then.
Yeah, we ran into a bounty hunter over here called Wendigo. You know anything about them?
You've heard of them before, Chris. You've seen like the video she's uploaded to like the Hollow Knight of her like throwing like her bounties into the
oh yeah, she's incredibly fucked up lady. I would not want to be in a competition with her.
Yeah, well, I've got some bad news.
Ah, hell.
Well, we might not be in direct competition with her. We don't know.
Let's hope so.
I mean, also, if she captures us and takes us to the Sarlacc, like, we'll be all right. I can take care of that when we get there.
If you say so.
All right. So we're gonna go back and take a little nap.
And is that a good breaking off point for tonight?
I think that's.
Actually, so do you give the rolls the chance?
The what now?
Yes.
The buttered rolls.
Oh, the
chance?
buttered
Oh,
rolls.
right, yeah. Okay, so we've gotten back to the ship then, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Sure.
so as we walk in and we throw off our burdens, Chance, I assume you're hanging out in the ship now.
Yeah.
So I walk
You
up
also
to
get half your money back
Oh, nice.
Yeah, give the man exchange back.
because everything was. Yeah. Apparently, the guy we bought the tools from was a friend of Abs's here, and I think that witch was trying to flirt with me.
She was trying to flirt with you. It was a little weird.
And then
I'm just not going to ask any questions.
Well, you don't have to ask any questions because as a gift, as a thank you for driving us everywhere, we all kind of pitched in and got you this bag of soggy bread rolls that have been bathed in a bath of butter that very specially was harvested from the body of one of Drolba's friends. So here it is.
It's an acquired taste.
Do with it what you want, but I'm pretty
It's
sure
artisanal butter.
if you don't want it, I think Genko might like to eat it.
It looks delicious.
Have I done something to displease you all?
Not at all. It
Like,
is.
are you trying to poison me?
It's
with
it's a genuine thank you. It's a token and reflection of my of how grateful I am.
Of the esteem in which you hold me.
Yeah. You don't look happy. I don't understand why you don't look happy.
Hey, Genko, you said you wanted this, right?
I would love them. I've been thinking about them all day.
By all means, help yourself, buddy.
Okay. I immediately shove it all into my mouth, including the bag.
You have to make the noise though. Now can you say it's a roll instead of it's a
It's a
trap?
roll.
Oh, this feels exploitive, but hilarious.
So like, are
Roll
you
I'm dry heaving, just in the corner. Ugh.
okay? So as you eat these rolls, like,
Hell
is
yeah.
there like any sense of like not politeness? What's the word? Is there like any sense of like
Manners.
yeah, or is it just like going everywhere?
No, I eat it with wild abandon, and the butter is getting all over my face, and anyone who is standing right next to me, which is obviously including Chance, because he just handed it to me, and whoever else is near us.
Yeah,
So-
so
So is it full Muppet Cookie Monster style?
Yeah.
Chance is just gonna back up a step and sigh and say, "I'm gonna have to mop in here. It's gonna be."
You have
And
a protocol
then
droid for that now.
Reaches
As-
up and wipes it.
As I lick my hands, I say, "No need," and I get on the floor
Oh,
and I
God.
start licking the butter up. Off the
Oh
floor.
no!
the protocol
Oh,
right
Now I
Zoidberg.
need to mop twice.
Guys, I don't think Wendigo's team has anything on us.
Yeah, I don't think they'll go to the same lengths as our team.
You actually see the protocol droid was standing right by you, was right by Genko when as Genko was eating these rolls. So like, the protocol is just slathered in like roll crumbs and butter.
Okay,
What-
I would
so-
like to roll for initiative.
While 2B is starting to regret his choices of joining us for my last action tonight, I'd like to just put the restraining bolt on him slowly as he's watching this horror, and then kind of pat him on the back and say, "Welcome to the team, 2B."
2B says, "Proud to be here."
I think that's enough excitement for me, so I'm gonna retire to my quarters.
Sounds good.
Good night.
Yeah. No, whatever you think about the session.
It's good.
It's fun.
Perfect. All right,
Cool.
awesome. So I think we've got bounty hunting to do the next time, right?
Hopefully.
So I will say, there won't be a session on the 24th because I'm going to be down in Novi for a Renaissance fair.
24th is
Oh,
next week.
fun.
So our next meeting will be on the 1st.
Yes. Yep.
All
2
right.
weeks.
All right, cool.
Okay.
All right, so if you're joining us, and particularly if you've stuck around for the whole session, we appreciate it. Thanks for the support. And make sure you check us out on Facebook Live, Twitch, YouTube, Discord, TikTok. And we'll be back on the 1st with the next installment of Gungans and Dragons. And we hope to see you there. Have a good night.